Farming is becoming more acceptable and fashionable.
20 years after, National Agricultural Land Development Authority once again comes alive as federal government inaugurates first integrated farm estate in Daura.
Every life and property will be protected.
Challenges of insecurity in some parts of the country. Chief of Defense Staff seeks counsel of retired officers. With the Festival of Sacrifice just a few hours away, Muslim Ummah make last-minute preparations.
The significance of that for Nigeria as a nation is that unity is not something we can compromise.
Plus, Federal High Court orders former Adamawa State Governor Murtala Nyaku to open the fence. Good evening. Thanks for joining us on NTA Network News. I'm Cyril Stober in Abuja. Adiola Komiakere will join me from Lagos. Federal government institutions have been directed to not only work in synergy towards diversifying the economy, but also give desired support to the National Agricultural Land Development Authority to expand the integrated farm estates across the 109 senatorial zones of the country. President Muhammadu Buhari, who gave the directive while inaugurating the first NALDA integrated farm estate in Suduje, Katsina State, maintains that Nigeria has no excuses whatsoever to remain a mono economy. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu has the details.
Established on 100 hectares of land donated by Katsina State government, the integrated farm estate is divided into 80 hectares for crop production and 20 hectares for animal production, processing and packaging. The farm estate comprises, amongst others, 40 poultry houses with a capacity of 400,000 birds, fish pond, rabbit, cow and goat pens, bee apiary, crop production, packaging and processing zones, as well as a school, clinic and residential area. With every process being part of a value chain, the farm has a capacity to engage 1,500 women and youth directly.
This project is a true reflection of what NALDA is meant to achieve in every community in terms of impact by improving standards of living and income generation.
After this project, Your Excellency, the Central Bank of Nigeria will work with the agency to see to how we could replicate projects of this nature all throughout the country.
President Muhammadu Buhari described the project as another milestone in his administration's efforts at ensuring that agriculture becomes the mainstay of the Nigerian economy.
Our vision of robust agricultural economy continues to provide amazing results. Across the country today, old tools are giving way to more mechanized style of farming. Credit lines are becoming more accessible and farming is becoming more acceptable and fashionable. Indeed, we are witnessing a revolution in the agricultural sector.
The president, whose administration resuscitated NALDA after nearly 20 years in limbo, expressed delight that the integrated farming scheme opens up more opportunities for employment and, most importantly, creates communal-based system that promotes food security, skills acquisition and entrepreneurship.
As a government, what I am seeing here today shows this administration's desire is genuine and realizable that our people's orientation to farming can be changed for good. We have done more in supporting farmers than any other administration. Getting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty is realizable. We can do it, and we will do it.
Both the Vice Chairman, National Food Security Council, Governor Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi State, and the host governor of Katsina State, Aminu Bello Masari, wished that Nigeria has had an honest, visionary, focused, and patriotic leader molded in the character of President Muhammadu Buhari long before now.
Mr. President's vision will stand him out as one of the most remarkable leaders who led the agricultural transformation as the foundation for social justice.
Mr. President, your social intervention has laid a foundation for social security system that touched the last man on ground zero.
The Emir of Daura, Umar Farooq Umar, announced plans by Daura Emirate Council to produce for public presentation a critical compendium on the unprecedented national development strides by President Muhammadu Buhari, in whom he emphasized Daurawa are well pleased. From Daura, Katsina State, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Now, the solid minerals sector is attracting $50 million investment from a foreign company. Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Olamilekan Adegbite, while receiving the investors, says it's time for harvest in the sector. Mia Ugidi reports.
Crude oil is under pressure. Diversification is an alternative. So the solid minerals sector comes to the equation. Heavy-duty machines going underground for exploration, courtesy of the federal government National Integrated Minerals Exploration Project, NIMEP, and the project is redefining the sector for good.
What we are seeing, we are beginning to understand some of the mineral systems we have in Nigeria, and also we have been able to at least design an exploration targeting methodology.
With the successes recorded in this project, and other incentives like tax waiver, the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development goes for marketing outside the country.
During one of our outings in London, we presented the data, and of course, we told them to come to Nigeria.
The portfolios have started arriving.
It gives us confidence to go back to the United Kingdom, and I'll be going to Canada soon, and talk to our investors and say the place to invest in the mineral industry in Western Africa is Nigeria.
It's a happy day today that they're here and the project is a reality. We look forward to greater things.
Time to go indoors for discussions as the investors prepare to go for the wealth beneath the earth's surface. Mia Ogede, NTA News.
And President Muhammadu Buhari felicitates with Muslims on the occasion of Eid-el-Kabir being celebrated across the world. The President, in the message, restates the determination of his administration to create a just, harmonious and prosperous country in which the safety of life and property is assured. Reflecting on current challenges facing the country, the President states that COVID-19 pandemic has taken a heavy toll on the economies of all countries, including Nigeria, in addition to the fact that floods have caused large-scale destruction to agricultural farmlands, thereby impacting negatively on efforts to boost local production in line with the policy of drastically reducing food importation, which has led to food inflation. The government, he said, is working hard to address this through the provision of loans and several other forms of support to farmers. President Buhari appeals to Muslims to demonstrate the good virtues of Islam through personal examples and practices. And the President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, Speaker of the House of Representatives, the military, the police, and major political parties are suing for peace, unity and prayers for Nigeria on the occasion of this year's Eid-el-Kabir. Mamso Demian Dachi captured their messages.
While felicitating with the Muslim Ummah and all Nigerians on the occasion of the Eid-el-Kabir, President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, sued for steadfastness in working and praying for the peace, unity and progress of Nigeria, urging all to share God's blessings with each other. Speaker House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila, in his message, called for prayers and unity of purpose amongst Nigerians, urging all to conduct themselves in a patriotic manner and imbibe the culture of sacrifice. In its message, The All Progressives Congress is calling for solidarity with the less privileged, emphasizing that the lessons of sacrifice, selflessness, respect, and understanding should take precedence irrespective of the diversity of religion, ethnicity, political, and cultural beliefs. Similarly, the People's Democratic Party has congratulated the Muslim faithful and charged leaders at all levels of governance to use the occasion to show more sacrifices towards the people and pursue only those things that will improve the living conditions of Nigerians, with a call on the citizens to reach out, share, and uplift one another in the spirit of the season. And from the Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Salihi Magashi, comes a call for selfless sacrifice to enhance national security and unity, underscoring the need for patriotic sacrifice and support to end the spate of insecurity in the nation, pointing out that national security is the responsibility of all. In his Salah message, the Police Affairs Minister Muhammad Maigarit Nyadi is calling for true reflection on the meaning of Eid-el-Kabir, while noting that the centrality of security to the actualization of collective aspirations of the citizenry is ownership of security by all, as exemplified by the place of sacrifice in the celebration. And from the Federal Road Safety Corps Marshal, Dr. Boboye Oyeyemi, comes an assurance of special patrols across the country with a view to ensuring safety, orderliness, and discipline among road users before, during, and after the celebration. While felicitating with the Muslim faithful on the occasion, the Corps Marshal orders motorists to take issues of safety seriously. Momso Damien Dati, NTA News.
And in the meantime, the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, has rejoiced with the leadership of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs and the Muslim faithful as they mark the 2021 Eid-el-Kabir celebrations. A statement by CAN's General Secretary, Daramola Bade Joseph, urged them to continue to pray for Nigeria to overcome its security challenges and also for Nigerians to embrace the virtues of love, peace, unity, kindness, and sacrifice as exemplified by Prophet Muhammad during and after the Eid-el-Kabir celebrations. CAN also appealed to all security agencies, especially the police and the army, to tighten security across the country during and after the celebrations. And today is Arafat Day. It's a day the Hajj pilgrimage reaches its peak. Abubakar Usman Akwanga examines the significance of the day, which is the 9th of the month of Dhul Hijjah in the year 1442 after Hijrah in the Islamic lunar calendar.
On this mountain, 632 Common Era, Prophet Muhammad delivered his last sermon, saying Hajj is Arafat, and whoever misses the standing in Arafat missed Hajj.
The significance of that for Nigeria as a nation is that unity is not something we can compromise. Everybody that you meet is either your brethren in faith or your brother in humanity.
For Nigerians, definitely they will learn a lesson by forgiving each other. And for those who are committing atrocities and criminalities, they should take lesson of Arafat Day.
The khutbah, if we recognize and understand the content, then we should learn a lesson of being good to everybody.
Pilgrims perform noon and afternoon prayers combined at Masjid Namir, located at plains of the Arafat, a place Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, camped for the worship. Thereafter, pilgrims proceed to Muzdalifah, pass night, gather pebbles, and the next morning begin another Hajj rite of the symbolic Jamra or stoning ritual.
On the day of Arafah, Allah descends and he asks people, what do you need from me? Ask me. What do you want from me? Ask me. Are you calling me? I'm going to answer you.
The majority of Muslims today are fasting. The fasting of today, you will get the reward of 2 years. 1 year that is past, then the second year that is ahead.
Muslims the world over are not just to observe fast on the 9th day of the holy month of Dhul Hijjah, but to ensure that they render charity, offer prayers, and make sacrifices for the sake of Almighty Allah and humanity during the solemn period and beyond. And if wishing you a successful celebration is a task that should begin with me, then I say, Barka de Sallah in Abuja, Abubakar Usman, Akwanga, NTA News.
Well, indeed, it's one of the major festivals of Islam, and this particular festival has a major feature embedded in it, which is the slaughtering of rams. Musa Baba Aliyu in this report takes a look at the significance of animal sacrifice in Eid celebrations.
More than 1.8 billion Muslims around the world are in a celebration mood as they observe one of the major religious festivals, which is Eid-el-Adha or Eid-el-Kabir. On a day like this, Muslims not performing Hajj are expected to carry out two major activities: to observe congregational prayers in his community and slaughter a sacrificial animal. Islamic scholars identify ram, goat, cow and camel as the animals that can be used for the sacrifice.
The essence here now is to slaughter a ram for you to be conscious of God, to clean your heart, to change the way you do your things, and to be more submissive to God who has created you and give you all the opportunities you have.
Quoting from chapter 22 verses 37 of the Holy Quran, they advise Muslims to see the sacrifice as an act of worship, not a ritual of sacrificing blood.
Allah says he doesn't need the blood or the flesh of that ram. The fear of Allah in which you use in slaughtering that animal matters a lot.
To this end, the meat is to be shared into two portions, one to be eaten by the family, and the other portion should be given out as charity. And for those who cannot afford an animal for slaughter, they are expected to carry out other activities associated with the festival. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
And as Muslim faithful prepare for the celebration of this year's Eid-el-Kabir, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAN, has assured all airport users that the nation's airports are fully ready to play host to air travelers during and after the celebration. While FAN will be ensuring safe, healthy and seamless facilitation of passengers during this celebration, intending passengers are to make early preparations towards completing their travel requirements in good time. It also wants to re-emphasize that protocol officers and orderlies of dignitaries will not be allowed into the airport except they're traveling alongside their principals. Only traveling passengers will be allowed into the airports. And while hundreds of passengers were left stranded at the Mobolaji Johnson train station due to surge in traffic and limited round trips, the Murtala Muhammad International Airport was devoid of the usual bustling prelude to Eid-el-Kabir. Michael Olale reports.
The tales of endless journeying on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is inducing the quest for alternatives. And at the Mobolaji Johnson train station, it was an unusual rush, a quite overwhelming situation for officials as the pressure to travel for Eid-el-Kabir celebration intensifies. Duroni is stranded for obvious reasons. Tickets have been sold out, and the prospect of another round trip before evening seems slim.
The queue has not moved an inch, and they said the tickets are all sold out. Meanwhile, we have asked our driver to go to Ibadan and wait for us at the train station in Moniya. The train should go on more trips, 5, 6, 7, 8 trips.
For those who make the cut and comfortably sitting here, it is a rare opportunity based on their common dictum that the fear of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is the beginning of wisdom.
This is more convenient for me, and aside that, it is guaranteed in the sense that I can actually predict that, okay, in 2 hours I'll get to my destination.
The good news here is that the Railway Corporation responded with the addition of another round trip from Lagos at 2 in the afternoon. At the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, the environment is missing the vibe associated with festivities, few travelers and low patronage for airlines.
Usually when you have festive periods coming up like this, the tickets are usually very high. But to my greatest surprise, this is really affordable and fair.
Regardless of the atmosphere, there is a sense of responsibility on keeping the coronavirus at bay as travelers adhere to laid-down safety protocols. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NTA News.
And the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, has called for support for the various programs of President Muhammadu Buhari, saying his success is everyone's success. He was speaking when he arrived in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, for the Eid-el-Adha festival. Raliat Ibrahim has the report.
A large crowd, including top government officials led by the Deputy Governor Kayode Alabi, received the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, at the Ilorin International Airport.
The grace of God, and with all the programs and projects that he has embarked upon in the economic spheres, in the political spheres, in the social sphere, will materialize for the betterment of our people, so that at the end of his tenure, Nigeria will be more united, more peaceful, and more prosperous.
The Chief of Staff proceeded to the Emir's Palace, where he held a private meeting with the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Ibrahim Zulu Gambari. Professor Ibrahim Gambari's visit to Ilorin, his hometown, is for the Eid-el-Adha festival. Raliat Ibrahim, NTA News.
And I'll take some messages. The news continues shortly. Stay with us.
Will this penalty be the decider? What's going through the player's mind here? You could cut the tension with a knife. Is there one more twist in this long, rocky road to the final? And here's the kick, and he scores! They've taken the win, they're through.
Don't worry, my boy. There's always a next time. Nice.
Join the winning team and stream every match with Glow special data plans. For everything Glow, dial *777#. Great supporters of football. Glow.
I dey look for pension fund administrator. Way soft, make sense, we care for me. Shy. No be the time when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. Sure them no go stress you. Call them, then they accessible. Yes, customer care where they on point. You no go regret when you try, of course. Profitable investment. Everything is just a blend. If you want what's good for you, my guy, make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension. Premium pension. Make that switch to premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
Barakat Salah from the Federal Road Safety Commission.
The Federal Road Safety Corps appreciates the continuous support being received from the motoring public. Road traffic crashes are trending down, and concerted effort is being made by the government to improve on road safety management. As celebration approaches, it is expected that road users will undertake trips to visit families and loved ones. The Corps encourages you to conduct vehicle safety checks before embarking on your trip. Avoid night journeys, use your seat belts, avoid overloading and driving above prescribed speed limits. Comply with road traffic laws and regulations. Prevention is always the best approach to avoid road traffic crashes and injuries. I implore you all to please partner with FRSC to reduce road traffic crashes on our highways. Drive to save a life. I wish you all a happy celebration.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wa lillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allah
Allah. Take this, Mom. You will need it.
My dog is craving something. I wonder what it is. Twisco. That's my favorite.
Twisco chocolate drink powder is a unique blend of cocoa, milk, and malt fortified with Enofort, a special blend of vitamins and minerals that helps give kids the vitality they need for an action-packed day.
Mommy, let's remove the
Twisco, power your dream.
Here is a very tough guy who knocks out every opponent, but now he's been knocked down by malaria.
Amatem Soft Gel.
Amatem Soft Gel makes treating malaria easy. Amatem Soft Gel is a game changer.
Oh! The opponent is down! Amatem Soft Gel. A good talk about malaria for body.
Available for adults and children. Say no to malaria. Yes to life.
Akpa, what's your job?
I help people grow all kinds of things. I help people keep and grow their money, so later they come back when it's bigger for themselves.
Akpa, you're a magician!
Just like a pilot, I help people move from where they are to where they want to be.
Thank you, Akpa.
ARM, invested in your tomorrow.
Thanks for staying with us. The Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the former governor of Adamawa State, Murtala Nyako, to enter his defense in the 29 billion naira alleged fraud matter. In a ruling this Monday, Justice Okun Abang dismissed Nyako's no-case submission. Omenka Marachuku reports.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is one of the anti-graft agencies is persecuting the former Adamawa State Governor alongside his son Abdulaziz Nyako and two companies. Nyako stands as his first defendant, his son second. The two companies are 6 and 7 defendants. Other defendants in the matter are Zulfik Abbas, Abubakar Aliyu, Blue Opel Limited, Tower Assets Management Limited, Crush Energy Limited, standing as 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 9th defendants. The defendants had entered a no-case submission after the prosecution closed this case. With this ruling, the defendants are expected to open their defense on the alleged fraud. In another development, the Federal High Court has restrained the Zamfara State House of Assembly, the Chief Judge, and others from embarking on the impeachment process of the State Deputy Governor Aliyu Mahdi Gusso. Justice Obiora Egwato gave the order in an ex parte motion moved by the Council to the PDP. In Abuja, Umeka Marachuku, NTA News.
2 policemen and about 20 bandits reportedly lost their lives following an attack launched on the camp of men of Operation Puff Adder by bandits at the premises of a primary school in Kundu Rafi local government area of Niger State. The state governor, Abubakar Sani Bello, who visited the scene of the incident, commended the security personnel for promptly repelling the attack. Husseina Musa has the details.
The early Saturday morning attack on the camp of men of Operation Puff Adder at a primary school in Kundu community, Rafi local government area of Niger State, left 2 policemen dead with 2 others critically injured. The face-off, which lasted 2 hours, also saw more casualties on the side of the bandits with about 20 deaths. Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, who inspected the scene of the incident, commiserated with families of the deceased personnel and promised to support the security agencies to reduce crime to the barest minimum.
I can assure you that the security forces did their best. They responded very well, and I think I'm quite impressed with the response so far. Well, we have enough troops here on ground to repel such attacks, and they did that very well. We shall review the situation, the architecture of the area in terms of security, and to make it better. But so far, I think the security men did very well.
With recent attack on the Kundu community, security watchers say the crime incidents in the area is becoming one too many, as the abduction of students of Kagara Science College in February and that of 136 children of an Islamia in Tegina in May this year, in which the fate of the abductees is yet to be ascertained, all took place in Rafi local government area, which just about 55 kilometers apart. Emena Hussein Musa, NTA News.
In the meantime, Zamfara State Police Command has reaffirmed its determination to sustain the ongoing operations against the activities of bandits and other criminal elements terrorizing the state. The command has launched a manhunt for armed bandits who ambushed some police operatives in Kuralmota village of Bunguru local government area of the state. A statement by the command's spokesman, Superintendent of Police Shehu Muhammad, says the attack occurred on Sunday the 18th of July when the police mobile operatives deployed in the area were responding to a distress call with regards to an attempt by bandits to attack some nearby communities. According to the statement, the personnel who ran into the ambush exhibited resilience and gallantry by engaging the hoodlums, an effort that deterred the bandits from attacking the communities. And the Nigerian Air Force has confirmed that one of its Alpha Jet aircraft returning from a successful air interdiction mission between the boundaries of Zamfara and Kaduna states crashed in Zamfara state on Sunday the 18th of July. A statement by NAV's Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Edward Gabwet, said the Alpha Jet came under intense enemy fire, which led to its crash in Zamfara. However, the pilot of the aircraft, Flight Lieutenant Abayo Midairu, successfully ejected from the aircraft and sought refuge in nearby settlements before being rescued by NAF Special Forces. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Oladayo Amau, has commended the quick response of the NAF Special Forces and Nigerian Army troops in locating the crash site and rescuing the pilot, while also giving assurance that no civilians were harmed in the entire operation. And staying with insecurity matters, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Rabo, says engaging retired senior military officers who have the full understanding of the prevailing realities will be prioritized in the ongoing war against insecurity. The Chief of Defense Staff stated this while interacting with retired senior military officers in Kaduna. Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachikun reports.
The Northwest Zone has been experiencing security challenges, mostly banditry, kidnapping and cattle rustling. In realization of their vast experiences in military and community services, Chief of Defense Staff engages retired senior military officers with a view to receiving forthright and actionable recommendations on how to deal with the challenges beyond asymmetric warfare.
We intend that at the end of the day, that we'll have a better security environment, every life and property will be protected, and we'll have a secured environment that will enable everyone to engage in their socio-economic activities going forward.
While assuring the senior citizens of the commitment by the Nigerian Armed Forces in tackling all forms of criminality, the Chief of Defense Staff acknowledges the gallantry of Flight Lieutenant Abayomi Dairo, the pilot of Alpha Jet that crashed in Zamfara State after a successful air interdiction against bandits between the boundaries of Kaduna and Zamfara states.
The downing of the aircraft was, due to the banditry action, and thankfully, as a trained pilot, fighter pilot, he was able to live out the life.
Similar engagement is scheduled to hold in all the geopolitical zones of the country. Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachikun, NTA News.
Now, it's gratifying when one makes a promise and keeps it. Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya said this while on inspection of completed rural road projects in Gombe State. Emmanuel Akila reports that it was a moment of joy for the communities who had cried out to the governor for the road 2 years ago.
This was the moment
On the 15th of July 2019, when Governor Muhammad Inwa Yahya toured the Malang Inna, Kundulung, Kurba to Titi communities, the journey was on a virgin land. On arrival, the people begged for the construction of the road. Governor Muhammad Inwa Yahya promised to construct the road.
The project will start, inshallah, immediately because...
On the 17th of July 2021, Governor Muhammad Inwa Yahya is traveling from Malang Inna through Kundulum to Kurba and Titi on the newly completed 12.5 kilometers asphalted road he promised to construct in 2019. The people received him with happiness and appreciation.
Before you could reach this place, it could take you almost 2-3 hours. But now within 10 minutes, we are in Kurba. Alhamdulillah, his campaign promises for 4 years fulfilled in just 2 years.
During his campaign days, he promised to construct the road. And thank God, he has fulfilled his promise. Governor Muhammad Inwa Yahya expressed sense of fulfillment for delivering on his promise.
When we came during the campaigns, it was very difficult for us to come in here. And I believe the people can bear testimony to that. But today is entirely a different, better and new story.
The governor had inspected the Gombe Mega Motor Park project, where he expressed satisfaction with the progress of work, hoping it will be completed by the end of 2021. In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Professor Ibrahim Dantanyi Wushishi, a professor of science education, as Registrar Chief Executive of the National Examinations Council, NECO. In a letter dated 16 July 2021, signed by the Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, the appointment, which is for an initial tenure of 5 years, takes effect from the 12th of July 2021. Until his appointment, Professor Ibrahim Wushishi was a lecturer in the Federal University of Technology, Minna. The board of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, has dissolved the Nigeria Civil Service Union FIRS unit, whose exco was purportedly made up of senior staff of FIRS for reasons outlined in an official document circulated to all staff. In a statement, the Director of Communications of FIRS, Abdullahi Ismaila Ahmed, said such union is illegal as there are no longer junior staff cadre employees in the service. There is accordingly no legal or other basis whatsoever for the continued existence of a junior staff cadre union in FIRS, as the cadre of staff it is deemed to cover do not exist within the organization. A letter from the Federal Ministry of Labour to the head of service of the Federation dated 19th February 2015 confirmed the above position in categorical terms. The statement further clarified that the right of workers to decide which union to belong is not absolute, but must be exercised within the limits of the Trade Unions Act of 2004. You're still on to NTA Network News. Let's now go over to Lagos and link up with Adeola, who has more reports. Adeola, it's yours now.
Thank you, Cyril. Now, without let or fail, the Nigerian Navy will always live up to its core mandates of ensuring security within and along the nation's territorial waters. The flag officer commanding Western Naval Command Apapa, Rear Admiral Jason Bassa, gave the assurance during Operation Awkward, a simulation exercise launched to ensure combat readiness of the command in Lagos. Adeniyi Taiwo completes the report.
As the marine component of the Nigerian military, the Nigerian Navy has its job well cut out. These huge responsibilities requiring not only its naval asset, but also the ability to maneuver and deliver. Where the combat readiness of the Navy is put to the test in combat and rescue operations involving divers, gunboats, medical units, and air components providing aerial cover. Supervising the exercise, the Flag Officer Commanding Rear Admiral Jason Gbassa said combat readiness is non-negotiable for the Nigerian Navy, especially in view of security challenges facing the country.
All military operations are based upon intelligence. So this is there's no exemption with this. But where an operational code is activated, it is always in response to intelligence available to the command.
The exercise, which was held simultaneously across different commands in the country, coincided with the visit of National President of Naval Officers' Wives Association, NOAA, Ajia Nana Gambo, to Lagos, where she presented some educational materials to NOAA Day Nursery and Primary School, Apapa. In Lagos, Adini Taiwo, NTA News.
Or unleashing assault on firefighters in any part of the metropolis risk 2 years imprisonment as recommended by the Lagos State House of Assembly. Musa Toliat reports that the lawmakers made the recommendation at a public hearing on proposed fire service bill in Lagos.
Going by the recent statistics released by the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, more than 2,300 fire incidents were attended to in the last 2 years. In the course of the operation, the figures show that property worth more than 139 billion naira were saved from fire and related emergencies. Sadly, attacks on firefighters and fire engines at scenes of emergency have remained on the increase, and this has not escaped the attention of the Lagos State House of Assembly.
The Lagos State government is highly concerned and thereby ultimately resolute in our effort to avert these losses, and many of the considered measures are inherent in this bill.
The lawmaker said that the bill proposes that any person or group of people obstructing, assaulting, or resisting fire service personnel shall be fined 500,000 naira or sentenced to a jail time of 2 years or both for an individual.
That imprisonment should be about 6 years, so that people will learn. But our correctional centers are already filled to capacity. So that's why we want to make sure that they pay fines.
It intends to make available the provision of rescue and first aid service, ensure the protection of life and property, as well as other related humanitarian service within the state.
It is valid to state that the remuneration of the Lagos State Rescue Service firemen does not commensurate with the hazardous tasks carried out by the firemen.
The bill would empower the State Fire Service to investigate and respond to complaints from members of the public on matters that could lead to outbreak of fire or other related emergencies. In Lagos, Musa Toliat, NTA News.
It is time for us to go on another quick break, but when we return, Musa, who is standing by, will give us the latest on business news. Stay with us.
Up until a few years ago, Nigeria produced far less than it consumed, spending up to $22 billion annually on importation. Then came the import policy by the federal government. Now, to survive, the nation must learn to be self-sufficient. And so far, we are on the verge of achieving this through the intervention of the Central Bank of Nigeria and other stakeholders in support of local farmers and efforts of value chain entrepreneurs. Now, the goal of creating 10 million jobs in 5 years is gradually being actualized. Mission possible. Let's buy Nigerian to grow Nigeria.
Every day, now our hands we dey use protect each other. Now wetin dey make our hand powerful? The power to stop the coronavirus dey our hands. Wash your hands or make you sanitize every time. Make you dey always cough or sneeze inside your elbow. No comot for house o if you no wear face mask. Leave space, make your hand no stretch reach your neighbor hand. Make you stay for house and no near people if you dey sick.
Every day, different forces try to bring us down, but we never forget who we are. We are Africans. We have the power. Get plugged in. Let's go.
Letejo.
Capri-Sun Funland. Can't wait. Hey!
Entry denied.
No artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners, no preservatives.
Nothing artificial.
Next up, the water slide.
Nothing artificial and great taste. Capri-Sun, the taste of fun. Capri-Sun, a product of Chi Limited.
I have got my car for full body work.
Madam, look, we will shine this car.
Wait. This cough doesn't sound good at all. What are you doing about it?
Oga doesn't want to go to the hospital so that they won't say he has COVID-19.
No, now. Cough is a sign of different infections, including tuberculosis. You would only know which cough it is if you go for testing.
Kai, I've been coughing for more than 2 weeks now.
There's no need to fear. I have done this test myself. To know the right treatment for the particular cough you have, you must first get tested.
Oga Chekamo, make you dey sure because
who no go?
No go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Chekamo, make you dey sure.
If your cough is more than 2 weeks, it could be tuberculosis. TB tests and TB treatment are free. Just call the National TB Hotline on 3340 for information on where to get the test. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
With my pregnancy, I started looking for the best of everything for my baby. When I met Morphix Newborn, I said, this is the diaper I'm looking for. The formula of happiness for me is Morphix Newborn. There are no harmful substances in Morphix. I feel very comfortable while my baby sleeps peacefully. With its special umbilical cord and soft upper surface. Come on, mothers, try Morphix Newborn and join our happiness movement.
We are StarTimes, the most affordable digital pay TV platform with the widest signal coverage in Nigeria, dedicated to bringing the best TV entertainment around the world to your screen. From Hollywood to Bollywood to Nollywood, we offer the most affordable subscription. Enjoy over 75 channels for as low as 1,700 naira, like Nat Geo Wild, BBC, ESPN, and premium sport like Emirates FA Cup, La Liga, Bundesliga, wrestling. What's more exciting? We have the most flexible payment options in Nigeria. Don't dull. Join us now for an exciting journey. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Thanks for being there. 2 years after it imposed sanctions on Owando PLC, the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) on Monday said it has reached a settlement over the indigenous oil company in the interests of shareholders of the company and the capital market. The Commission, in a circular signed by the management, said all litigations on the matter will be withdrawn immediately. According to the statement, the company has reached a settlement with the Commission on the following terms, amongst others: immediate withdrawal of all legal actions filed by the company and all affected directors, payment of all monetary penalties stipulated in the Commission's letter of May 31st, 2019, and an undertaking by the company to implement corporate governance improvements. SEC reiterated its commitment to ensuring the fairness, transparency and integrity of the capital market while upholding its mandate to protect investors. The equities market closed on a positive note, sustaining gains made in Friday's session. The all-share index settled 0.01% to close at 7,952.65 basis points, and equity capitalization at 19.7 trillion naira, 462.8 million shares valued at 1.1 billion naira exchange hands in 3,610 deals. The banking industry dominated activities led by Jais Bank, Sterling Bank and Wemel Bank. The market closes Tuesday and Wednesday for the public holidays. Well, that's business news. It's back to you, Cyril.
Thank you, Musa. Federal government agencies have continued to respond to the needs of returnees affected by years of insurgency in Yobe State, as Nigerian Maritime Administration Safety Agency NIMASA donated empowerment tools to governments in the state for onward distribution to targeted beneficiaries in Gaidam and Gujuba council areas for them to become more enterprising. Yunusa Suleiman reports.
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency NIMASA donated empowerment tools to Yobe State government for onward distribution to deserving Gaidam and Gujuba returnees to reclaim their means of livelihood. The gesture, the agency says, is not meant to feed the beneficiaries along, but to equip them with the right tools with a view to building their resilience to fight poverty and destitution in their communities.
As the name implies, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, anything to do with safety is part of the MASA mandate, and we are dual in capacity building. Any issue with IDP, after relief materials, the next thing is capacity building. When somebody gets relief material and become active, what he needs is capacity building, economic power.
NIMASA, they are one key partners that since the Communist Excellency Government Malabuni, they have been looking for opportunities to support and respond to the flight of the displaced persons in terms of relief materials and in terms of empowerment kits. These items will go a long way in supporting the flights of the displaced persons, especially returnees in Gaidam who have lost virtually everything during the displacement, and also those that have returned to Gujuba and other communities.
Yobe State Emergency Management Agency assures to share with NIMASA detailed profiles of all beneficiaries for tracking and record purposes. In the Matru, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
Time for another quick break.
The Festival of Sacrifice, Eid-el-Kabir, significance and peaceful coexistence in Nigeria. That is our focus on NTA Tuesday Live Edition on 20th of July 2021. It is going to be incisive and educative. Don't be left out.
GoTV Biggie Goals promo don't land. Better digging levels, better grooves, no hard at all on top GoTV. Make you not miss this awoof as GoTV price don't go down low for inside Biggie Goals promo. Now you fit get GoTV decoder, GoTenna with 1 month max subscription will be 9,500 naira before for 6,900 naira now. See discount. Make yourself enjoy football for inside your house. Cross your leg, watch BB Niger drama and shows for Africa Magic and international series them. Biggie Goals promo now for you. Better discount. Go get your own now for only 6,900 naira to enjoy max levels for GoTV. This offer no go to tell. GoTV. Love it.
Sports now with Tamara Ibiwe.
Thank you, Cyril. Welcome to Sports Updates. Lagos-based FC Robo Queens are through to the final of the Women's ITO Cup after edging out Edo Queens in the semi-final played in Abuja Monday evening. The keenly contested encounter ended goalless in regulation time and had to be settled through penalties, which went 5-3 in favor of FC Robo. They have a final showdown with Bayelsa Queens, who brushed aside Rivers Angels in the other semi-final. Talking combat sports now, as the world awaits the official opening ceremony of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games this Friday. One of the sports team Nigeria will be looking to land a medal is Taekwondo. Fully aware of this, Nigeria's sole representative Elizabeth Ayanacho continues to intensify training as she insists her target is nothing short of a podium finish.
Target is to go there and win. We've trained hard for this. We've trained a lot of hard work have gone into this, so I'm just going there prepared to win. That's why.
Motorsport is next, where the world of Formula One is uniting to support Lewis Hamilton in the wake of the online racist abuse he received after his British Grand Prix win on Sunday. Red Bull driver Max Verstappen crashed out on Sunday's race after an early collision with Hamilton, and that resulted in a series of racist abuse during and after the game towards the world champion. Formula One, FIA, Mercedes, Red Bull, and some teams have now come out to condemn the anomaly, saying it has no place in the sport. And that's Sports Update. Back to you, Cyril.
Thanks. And let's have a quick check on the weather. The weather check concludes network news tonight, but remember to stand with the NTA. It's the fight against rape and rapists. Be a star. And that's it tonight from me. Have a pleasant Eid-el-Kabir celebration and do stay safe.